Here we are back on Arabia, and in the blue we have IamAlive2012. Whether or not it's a real, alive, I don't know. So I can't be sure they're completely or not, so I'm not going to really give an opinion there. I am sure if it was him though, everybody would know it pretty much straight away. And his opponent over in the green is going to be Kolciesny? Kolciesny? Kolciesny sounds good. Kolciesny in the green, and both players playing as the Huns, by the way, so we are up for Hun War, but it's going to be a good one, so that's always nice. If we look at the distance between players, it is quite big, so the rush distance is quite, well, long, so any militia trying to push out across the map will be delayed before getting to their opponent's base. As well, if we look, there's lots of hills and things in the middle of the map here. It's a very hilly region, and because of that, positioning with archers, especially cavalry archers, is going to be so important in this game. And if we look at IamAlive, his balls are actually quite far out. One was actually on top of the hill. I don't think he's going to lose a villager. No, he's fine there. And still, they're always a good thing to be careful while luring boars downhill, because they can do a lot of surprise damage, especially if your villager glitches out for some reason, which I've always explained as really interesting, and I have no idea why it actually happens. Kolciesny over here, using that wild boar outside the town center a bit, no big deal. Only the 3 villagers on wood so far, so it doesn't look like he's going to be going for a drush or something along those lines. Is luring his next boar though, hasn't used loom yet, which means he could take a bit of damage here, especially if that scout decided to get in out there. That's actually something you can do. It's probably one of the biggest dick moves ever, but when your opponent is luring their boar, and if they haven't got loom, you can attack their villager with a scout. It can stop it, and he can take a villager right there. It is definitely a bit of douchebaggery, but still, it's there. I've seen people do it. I have done it to people before, just because I'm a bit of a douchebag when I play. So over here, more villagers going out. It doesn't look like we're seeing anything apart from the standard. Apart from Alive's only got 3 villagers on his berries, but again, that's really no big deal at this stage. He does have an idol making up for it though, so I guess he's just got 1 less on berries overall. Second lumber camp is going down over here, and it looks like going to be pretty good uptimes from both players. And especially if we go over here, I'm probably just going to call him Cole for the rest of it, because it's going to be easier. Cole and Alive. Maybe I should just call him I Am, so we don't confuse him with the actual Alive if it is not him. So we've got I Am versus Cole here. Finishing up on these sheep, only the 1 farm up, because, well, there's that extra injured villager just there. It hasn't actually taken too much damage, so that's pretty decent. Nearly taking a kill there, so that's an interesting one. Delaying this wall off as well, which is good. But it means I Am knows now that his opponent is going for the wall off. The barracks is finally up, and stable for Cole coming out. Stable as well for Alive. Huns v Huns. Scouts are an extremely prominent first attack. A lot more prominent than drushing, actually. And there is the spear out right now for Cole, so he has expected his opponent to go for this by the looks of it. Either that or he's just randomly built a spearman. Scouts are on the way, so we should see some pushes quite soon. Actually, here comes Alive right now, well, I Am pushing out across here. Did have that hill advantage as well. Spear, of course, being brought in. I imagine to chase those 2 scouts away. I think it's roughly, if you have 3 scouts, sometimes you feel like you can take on a spear. It really depends on the hit points on them. And for now, because he's drafted in that injured scout, which he started with. And pushing in, we can see actually though, Cole does have a nice back gold, which is always really helpful. And nearly sneaking through there actually, I think he might have been able to make it. And 4 scouts actually taking it down, this spear, losing a scout in the process though, and another one coming in. Could nab that villager though, yes, nabbing that villager, but losing another scout there. So 2 scouts to 1 villager and a spear, it's definitely not an easy one to call, but generally if you lose a villager, it's generally worth more than a scout, so we'll say that was kind of just worth it. Maybe he broke even, we'll say that. Archery range going up now for I Am over here. Doesn't look like we've seen an archery yet, only just put up his gold camp actually, so he won't be able to sustain that archery range yet, so only putting it up now is definitely justified. Has more scouts over here, so Cole is moving out across the map. However, saying that, there we go, I Am taking out the villager over here, definitely getting some good harassment at the moment. The wall off on this side as well hasn't finished, and he might actually be able to grab this villager here as well if he goes for it. No, those spears look like they're just a little bit too close. And in comes Cole now. He could get some harassment here. There is only 1 spear defending. And no spears over here, and no spears over here, so there could actually be a lot of damage, but there are a lot of scouts out ready to defend. And there we go, forcing them out of there. Does have a few skirmishes out as well, more scouts coming around. So it looks like they might actually get trapped in here, and this could actually be GG scouts. Ooh, this is not good. Not good for Cole at all. Looks like he's going to lose all of these scouts now. His opponent having the heal advantage as well. And yeah, this is bye-bye scouts. Definitely not a good way to go, losing all your scouts like that. However, saying that, we could be seeing a fast castle out of Cole, which could be nice. Yes, there we go, he is fast castling, which means these archery ranges will be only used to really produce cavalry archers. Lots of scouts actually still out on the field though, so he's going to have to get rid of them at some stage, so he may as well go for the harass to get that right. Wall off has finally been finished over here. Might try and crack in through the back over here, but no going for the archery range at the front, because, well, you may as well kill off your opponent's useful buildings. Especially if they can't defend them. With these skirmishes here, it means these archers are going to have a really difficult time trying to engage. And there we go, these skirmishes moving forward slowly. Another archery range actually going down, moving up to 4 ranges. I don't know if he's going to be able to just keep units coming out of this, especially with the economy he has. Not saying it's particularly bad, but it's not in the best shape in the world. So this archery range will go up, and what are we seeing? Cavalry archers. Archer, crossbow. Looks like we're just going to see crossbow for now. No cavalry archer. Of course, I don't think he's got bloodlines yet, so that means they're not going to be as strong as they should be. Especially when he's cornered in like this. I am doing a great job here doing damage. And he might actually be able to take out another range here. If he does, this will actually be pretty amazing, because it's not often you see rangers get taken down with feudal age units. What is your plan? And now are you upping? Yes, he is upping. He's halfway there. So, really, he doesn't have to push at this stage, but while he's got these scouts out, he may as well try and do some damage with them before his opponent's units just become too strong. Probably not going to see light cavalry. He has got bloodline, so it does look like we are going to see cavalry archers come out. And what are we seeing here? Armor upgrades on the archers, which his opponent doesn't have yet, so it's going to make a little bit of a difference there, but again, his opponent does have a bodkin arrow, while he's still stuck on fletching. Over the side, we are seeing a town centre come up down over here, and we should see, there we go, there's the age up. What's he going to go for? Another range? Is he going to go for a town centre, or is he just going to go for maximum aggression, go for damage? However, cavalry archers and crossbows are getting out across here. This could be quite surprising, actually, if IAM doesn't have what he needs to deal with this back at home. Could lose a lot of these gold miners, and again, could lose a lot of villagers up on this side of the farm over here. But again, it's going to be something that's really going to come down to it. Trying to take down this range still, it's actually getting really close, so we might actually see it taken out. Siege Workshop going down on the front here, because of course that mangonel is going to be great. We are actually seeing knights from IAM right now, which is going to be really interesting against his opponent's composition, especially when those mangonels start coming out. And it looks like he's going for just knights, or can't even see. Here come these units here, and they're not going to be able to get through unless there's a gap there. I don't think there is. Still though, might take out one villager. Getting one. I don't think they're going to get a second though. Ooh. No biggie. But while that's happening, we do have the skirmisher archer combination inside Cole's base right now. He's got these scouts and a knight in here as well, which is going to prove extremely dangerous to these mangonels, if of course he does actually go in for the attack on them. No upgrades on them yet apart from bloodlines. As has got the bodkin arrow though, which is going to be quite helpful. And come on, micro. Ow, not good. Either way, still over here, we do see the cavalry archers still putting on the pressure, but again, there's not really enough there to deal with them, especially with those elite skirmishes there. Scouts actually still running across the map now, which is an interesting one, because you don't generally see scouts still being used at this point in the game. Looks like the cavalry archer skirmisher combination here will be enough to push it back. Haven't seen another town centre out of IAM yet, but still managing to keep that 400 point lead, which is quite massive honestly at this point in the game. But his opponent may be catching up due to the fact he has so many extra town centres and his eco is getting a bit better. But the damage that IAM's putting out at the moment has just been absolutely great. It looks like he might actually, yes, kill off a lot of those units there. That knight going to get killed off as well. Looks like there's a scout, and here, yes, just taking that mangonel out. But still nothing ridiculous happening. I am doing a good job at keeping the pressure on here. However, Cole has taken it back to a 200 point difference, which is pretty amazing actually, considering he was really far down. It really looked like he was in trouble, and he might be able to come back from here. But saying that, there are knights and scouts still causing havoc inside his base. The cavalry archers still don't have bloodlines, and they're still only on the first armor upgrade. Saying that, though, the cavalry archers, not the cavalry archers, the scouts and the knights do have no upgrades whatsoever apart from bloodlines still. So that's not a good thing. However, I am alive moving in right now with more cavalry archers, and having this hill advantage here, he might be able to put out a little bit of extra damage, especially considering he's already got the bloodlines on them. It's gonna just make him a little bit more resistant. Keeping that skirmisher number up as well, which is nice when being aggressive, because it's not like your opponent can really run around. You get to pick the engagements, which I always talk about, which is so helpful. Knight over here, what's he going to go for? Keeping this siege workshop though up at the front, it's going to be really important because it is meaning he's going to be able to get mangonels out to deal with his opponent's units quite easily. But again, it's going to be hard to deal with right now because I really don't think he has enough. He is going to be moving out with cavalry archers though, and he's going to try and do some damage to his opponent's economy. But so far, IamAlive been doing a pretty good job defending it. If we actually look at the layout of his base, he's pretty well defended, honestly. Apart from probably this area over here quite so much, maybe this area here. But again, it's going to be an interesting one. 3 town centers actually up for IamAlive right now, so it's going to pretty much mean he's going to be in the economic lead. That's what I was looking for there. And that's going to be a really important one. However, over here is losing a few units, but then again, the town center is garrisoned, so it is putting a little bit of extra damage on there. He's actually moving back from his attack here, which is an interesting one to try and deal with this. Could go either way here, actually, on villagers lost, units lost. And not even losing one there. I was seeing a bunch of farms get dropped nice and quickly though, and some skirmishers staying at the front here just to be annoying, of course, with some scouts. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to take out the mangonel in time. Nope, getting killed off there. So losing 2 scouts there, but no a biggie, they're just scouts at this stage. Surprised we haven't seen the light cavalry upgrade, actually, considering he's been using so many of them. And we might actually even see Imperial soon. Just the way he's been going and his economy is developing out. He could even go for Imperial, considering we're at 33 minutes into the game. Definitely an option there. However, there's actually a massive palisade wall over here, and I don't think it's going to be doing that much difference. Over here, though, we can see that here comes the big engagement. We do have Cole trying to attack uphill here. These mangonels definitely going to be helping him out, though, so attacking uphill with them is still going to be putting out a lot of damage. These cavalry archers over here still, though, going to be really annoying to deal with. But if he takes the mangonels with him, he's probably going to be able to do a lot of damage. Again, mangonels do have a great line of sight, which we'll actually have a look at here. So we can see where his opponent's units are, which is nice, but leaving them alone, probably not the best idea in the world. Could see some units jump in and try and kill them off quite quickly. But again, over here, it's actually starting to look like it could be in Cole's favor down here, especially now he has bloodlines. But still, it's going to just come down to the amount of damage these mangonels can do. And at the moment, it just looks like he's not microing them well enough. Should be going for these big areas, build-ups here. I don't think he even got any damage there. Could have been a little bit of splash, but no big damage. About to lose them by the looks of it as well. And big hit there. That's actually massive hit. But still, it looks like he might just be able to fight this one off. But his economy is starting to really lag behind. 600 points in favor of IamAlive now. Unless he's going up to Imperial Age, that's really not tolerable. But he is still only 400 food really away from going Imperial, so it's definitely an option there for him. Alive, really far away from going Imperial, which is an interesting one. Does have a lot of wood available though, so he could sell some of that off and even go up with that. But it's going to come down, of course, what he wants to do. If he wants to keep producing cavalry archers, that wood's going to be extremely valuable. If he wants to switch into knights, that wood, of course, can just be sold off and he can use it to age up quicker, or he can use it for knights. There's a lot of different options there for him. Cole spent a lot of his resources now. I don't think he's going to be going for Imp. Still really far behind on that. There's a lot of damage still happening here, actually. Alive's been doing a great job. This has been pressure all game. Extremely good job by him actually keeping the pressure on here. Even taking out these buildings, which means if his opponent's not defending them, that he's going to lose them, which is really good. We're actually seeing some villagers come forward here. Siege Workshop is going down. This could be the beginning of the end. Once that forward Siege Workshop is dropped, especially if we start seeing rams, it really means they're trying to crack into their opponent. Cavalry archers are moving out again, but it means he has nothing to defend from this oncoming wave here. He does have one mangonel, but again, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Especially against cavalry archers, they are really quick units, and they can be pretty hard to deal with. Saying that, though, they are kind of utilizing the stand in one place attack formation. Let's see what we've got going on in this siege workshop. Battering ram is coming out, so it looks like he's trying to end it now. Things are all fun and games until someone brings out a battering ram. That's a good motto to be by. Alive imping now, actually, so he will be imping before Cole. Let's have a look. Yes, much before. So he's going to be able to really start putting on the damage, especially now that he's got this battering ram out. It's going to really force his opponent to attack, and he really just can't do that at the moment. Oh, in come the cavalry archers on this side over here, too. Can see anymore. It doesn't look like he's got ballistics or thumb ring yet either. And that wolf actually helping kill off 2 cavalry archers. Skirmishers sitting here just being annoying like they do. There's a ram over here slowly taking down this archery. Another siege workshop up over here. Are seeing a forward stable actually. So it looks like he could be going for paladins, could be going for the hussar cavalry archer combination, which is really popular. But we already know that. So it's going to be for any number of things really. And I reckon the GG here is pretty much imminent. Not a lot he can do about it. He hasn't done too much damage over here. Being pushed back by this skirmish. I think there's been 3-4 villagers killed. And that's really not enough to turn the tide at this stage still. Mangonel out here actually. So if he micros this well enough, he might be able to get one. Can he get the second? Battering ram has been taken down. But still these cavalry archers up here with the hill advantage is going to be massive. These skirmishers pushing in from this side, of course, pushing away those cavalry archers, and I don't think there's going to be enough here for Cole to keep playing. I think it's going to be GG any second now. Pushing in across here, Mangonel just killing off skirmishers like it does, and of course giving out that splash damage. What are we seeing from this? Light cavalry, yes, so we are going to be seeing that hussars just run in. Right now, actually, just one of them could be extremely effective at taking down that Mangonel. What are we seeing here? Another battering ram and a Mangonel there. Another stable up on the front lines as well. Currently 1,300 points in favor of Alive right now, or I am. And what's he going for? He's got a stable up over here. He's mining gold outside here now too. He's going for another stable, so could be trying to move into knights. Could be trying to just get some light cavalry out to do some damage. But right now it's going to be really dangerous for Cole to try and stay alive. His opponent's going to out-tech him. He's also got more units, and it looks like his economy is definitely better as well. So it's going to be a pretty hard thing to beat at this stage. So it's, like I said, it's pretty much at GG right now. It's going to take probably one big push, and it's going to be over. And here comes that light cavalry we were talking about. I only got the first armor upgrade on that, but still, looks like he did some damage to his own units there with that Mangonel. But still, these knights are going to be able to push out, and they are going to be able to do a lot of damage, especially with 120 HP and 3 pierce armor. Even more than that. And there's a G from Cole. He knows he can't get out of this one. So that was some pretty good pressure there by IAM. Whether or not it's the actual live or not, don't know. So thanks for watching, and enjoy the video, really. Well, you should have enjoyed it already. There we go. See you in the next game.